Tesla's not the most favorable brand in America, right? Even though they have the Tesla cars, the Tesla restaurant in LA, solar panels, and now we go to tiny homes, I should say. But would you pay $8,000 to move into a Tesla tiny home? Let's go ahead and take a dive into what these things look like. Shout out to Tech West Future. Let's go.
The walls glide out with this precise, almost mechanical smoothness. Not creaky, not shaky, but as if the whole thing is running on a perfectly tuned electric system. The roof lifts upward, the floor panels lock in place, and suddenly what looked like a small storage unit becomes an actual livable home. What's wild is that the entire transformation takes less time than heating up a cup of coffee. Under 2 minutes, start to finish, no tools, no crew, no instruction manual with tiny, confusing drawings.
And they think this could save the housing crisis in America. We'll see.
Tesla built the system, so the unfolding mechanism is basically idiot-proof. You just press a button, step back, and watch it happen. The company even designed it so that a single person can unpack it alone, which is something no traditional small home company has managed to do at this scale or price. And once it's fully expanded, the interior space catches everyone off guard. It doesn't feel cramped. It doesn't feel temporary. It feels like a micro version of a modern apartment. Tall vertical lines make the room feel higher. The neutral colors give breathing space, and the hidden storage compartments are engineered exactly the way Tesla designs the interior of a Model 3. Clean, simple, no wasted space. There's a sleeping area, a small but functional kitchen, enough room for a desk, and a surprisingly spacious front zone that people are already using as a living room. What really shocked early customers is that this doesn't arrive as an empty shell. Tesla ships it fully finished, floors installed, walls reinforced, insulation sealed, wiring pre-run, lighting installed. So when they say move-in ready, they literally mean it. You're not waiting for contractors or dealing with delays. You don't even need permits in many areas because the structure qualifies as mobile housing or temporary dwelling, depending on the region. And that simplicity, that feeling of stepping into a ready-made home without the usual stress of buying property, is exactly what's making people say this might be one of Tesla's smartest products yet. Once you step inside the Tesla tiny house, the first thing you notice isn't the size, it's the silence. The walls are built with a layered insulation system inspired by the same acoustic panels Tesla uses to quiet down the Model S cabin. So even though you're technically inside a portable home, it feels solid, grounded, and surprisingly private. That's something most tiny homes struggle with. They always feel a bit hollow, like you're living inside a shipping container. Tesla avoided that completely. The layout is simple, but every corner has a purpose. The kitchen is the most surprising area. It's compact, yet fully functional. Induction.
Wow. So I think because now less and less people are starting their families to continue their legacies and generations. So I guess this is the answer to the housing crisis, as you have more dink couples, marriages, people that just want to live with their significant other and a pet or two. As we all know, home ownership is rewarding, but it's also a headache, especially if you have to pay HOA fees and all that. People are trying to get away from that, let alone paying expensive electric bills. So that's another problem with home ownership, is people are paying $600-700 a month just to turn the lights on. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Cooktop, multi-use counter, space for a mini fridge, and a smart storage system hidden behind flush panels.
Like, this is the perfect millennial space. So away with traditional housing, right? And, you know, with some of the other pod type homes, they felt cheap. I've been inside a few at CES, the last show. So hopefully this Tesla one will be at the next CES show.
There's no bulky cabinetry, no wasted overhead space. Tesla designed the kitchen with this one motion access concept, meaning you can open, reach, and close everything without stepping around or bending in awkward positions. Early users said it feels like living inside a high-tech RV, but without the clutter or cramped feeling. The sleeping area is equally smart. Instead of a fixed bed that eats up half the room, Tesla went with a convertible system that shifts between a bed, a couch, and a workspace. It's all built into the wall with smooth sliding rails, so the transition takes seconds. And because the lighting is placed along the upper edges of the walls rather than the ceiling, the entire room feels taller and more open than it actually is. Lighting, by the way, is one of the most underrated features in this home. Tesla didn't go with cheap LED strips. They created a soft, warm white lighting system that mimics natural daylight and automatically adjusts based on the time of day. The same idea behind Tesla's auto-dim interior lights in their cars. At night, the lights subtly dim to reduce eye strain and help you sleep faster. During the day, they brighten. Then there's the part nobody expected. Tesla included a micro HVAC system that runs on minimal energy but keeps the space at a steady temperature nearly all day long. It's not loud, it doesn't take up floor space, and it uses the same efficient heat pump technology Tesla introduced in the Model Y. This one feature alone makes the home feel more real than any prefab home in its price range. Of course, the real magic is how everything works together. The outlets are pre-wired for solar charging. The wall panels are reinforced to support mounted screens, and the flooring is built from a composite material that's waterproof, scratch-resistant, and designed to last decades. You can spill water, drag furniture, or walk in with muddy shoes. The floor doesn't care. Tesla wanted something that works for travelers, minimalists, emergency housing, and even full-time living. And by the time you've walked from one side of the home to the other, you realize something. This isn't a kid home. It's not a starter cabin. It's a fully engineered Tesla product, built with the same obsessive attention to detail they use for their cars.
See, here's the thing. I wouldn't buy a Tesla car, but I'll consider buying one of these though.
Most people assume Tesla is just experimenting with tiny homes because it's a cool side project. But the truth is far more strategic. Elon Musk and his team aren't just thinking about houses. They're thinking about solving America's housing crisis at a fundamental level. Across the United States, 44 million people rent, and nearly half of them pay over 35% of their income on housing.
Yeah, people are paying like 80% of their paycheck for rent. It's outrageous.
Construction costs are skyrocketing, materials are expensive, labor is limited, and land prices in cities have become almost impossible for first-time buyers. It's a perfect storm that has left millions with no realistic path to homeownership. Tesla approached the problem like it does with electric cars: simplify, standardize, scale. Instead of relying on traditional construction, weeks of labor, piles of lumber, months of delays, they applied prefabrication and industrial automation. Every tiny house is built in a factory under controlled conditions, using robotic systems to assemble walls, floors, and utilities like you'd see in a Tesla Gigafactory.
So that means the walls and just the overall structure is well insulated. So hopefully, if you have this thing out in the field somewhere and it gets real windy, you won't hear all the wind noise and everything.
The same engineering rigor used for Model Y frames is applied to the tiny home. The result? A move-in ready house in under 2 hours that costs less than many used cars, yet meets modern safety, comfort, and energy standards. It's a house designed to survive heat waves, floods, and storms while remaining energy efficient, thanks to rooftop solar, a mini Powerwall, and smart insulation. And the cost model is revolutionary. Instead of asking buyers to pay tens of thousands for land plus construction, Tesla focuses on making the home itself affordable and portable.
And the most beautiful part about it is no property tax. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
When paired with upcoming land partnerships, some tiny homes could cost less than $500 a month, including land and utilities, a fraction of what even small apartments cost in most cities. In essence, Tesla isn't just selling houses. They're creating a new blueprint for housing: scalable, modular, energy independent, and shockingly affordable. The kind of model that could change not just how Americans live, but how entire cities and communities are structured in the future. This isn't hype. It's a calculated move that combines technology, logistics, and finance, turning a tiny home into a full-scale solution for a national crisis. One of the most jaw-dropping features of the Tesla tiny house isn't inside. It's how fast it goes from a flat-packed unit on a trailer to a fully livable home. Traditional construction projects can take months or even years, with permits, contractors, and endless delays. Tesla flipped that on its head. Every home is designed to travel like a large appliance. Its width stays under 8.5 feet, so it can move through interstates without special permits. The length is perfectly modular, allowing multiple units to stack on a single trailer. This isn't shipping a house. It's shipping a mass-produced product designed to integrate seamlessly into the country's existing trucking system.
I like the round ones the best, I'm not gonna lie.
Once it arrives at its destination, setup is almost shockingly simple. Instead of pouring concrete or assembling walls, Tesla uses helical screw piles or compact concrete piers, depending on soil type. 2 people can install the supports in a single day with quiet, portable equipment. Then a 3 to 4 person crew sets the house, levels it, anchors it, and connects utilities in roughly 3 hours. That's it. No framing, no roofing, no interior work.
Okay, so basically, it's all supposed to be one convenient package. That's good. That's good.
Everything comes pre-finished from the factory. Utilities are plug and play. The pre-wired service panel handles up to 60 amps, enough for heating, cooling, lighting, and appliances. Water and sewer connections use Quick Connect hardware, cutting plumber time from hours to minutes. Off-grid models only need a water source and low-voltage communication feed, as the solar array and integrated battery provide power independently.
So you know the government's gonna hate this because it's still kind of like living off the grid. So, of course, the government wants in on this because they want everybody's money hungry. They want to see everybody poor, you know. So Tesla's gonna try to change that due to the Clean Air Act no longer valid. So this is interesting, you guys. Would you do this? Let me know in the comments. This is Kai the Veil. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.